Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Fallout-themed RimWorld Wasteland Let's Play, where I've made a little bit of progress between episodes to get some of the more tedious stuff done. Unfortunately, there's plenty more tedious stuff to go, so we're going to be trudging through it as best we can, but hopefully we can get a nice little base up and running here soon and start being a little bit more adventurous. So I've managed to get our first growing zone dug out, the soil laid down. I got it tilled, and then we got some rice planted. Because this stuff is growing at like 200%, we're already a quarter of the way through the growing period. And so we'll be turning over rice pretty quickly there, but I would like to expand this. And I think I'm going to do like 1, 2, 3, 4 growing zones over here eventually, maybe even a fifth. But we'll work up to that. Obviously, there's no need for it with only 5 ponds. What else? I think our next project is going to be to open this up. This is going to be like the main hall / dining area. And I figure that's probably a good way to go next so that we can get a place to cook that we don't necessarily need to worry about like moving around later. And then also somewhere where they can sit and eat, because that's going to be important for their mental health, because tables, of course, are so important in RimWorld. And then finally, I want somewhere more permanent to store our food, both the survival meals as well as the raw stuff that needs to be refrigerated. So let's queue up some mining projects with that, and I'm just gonna do something like this for now, and we'll open it up into a pretty large room and then worry about organizing from there. We've also got some mining happening down here with this steel, because we will need steel, of course. And we've been getting a lot of supply drops, or cargo pod drops. We got some painting supplies, so we'll have to... Let's see, that would be under joy, wouldn't it? Oh, it's recreation now, right? Yeah, we don't have that yet. But eventually we'll be able to make a painting easel, I think is what it's called, and then people can create art there and also blow off some steam that way. What else? We should be cutting stone blocks. We've already got some, obviously, because I've laid marble walls in here, but let's see. Yeah, the bill's up. I don't know why they're not actively doing that. I also don't know why you don't have power. Let's see, did something get messed up here? No. Why isn't that working? We're outputting a lot of power, but none of that is... Oh, there's a solar flare, right. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense, okay. Ooh, I wouldn't eat next to that dude. He just ate his meal next to the latrine and all the fecal sludge from it. Pretty gross. So that is going to put us behind a little bit on our food production, but that's okay. Because we're not using hydroponics, they're not going to die or anything like that. It would take a very long time for the rice to die. But unfortunately, it's not going to grow very quickly. Let's see, you're just hanging out in here? You guys want to get some mining done, maybe? We could certainly use it. Let's add some to this as well. I know that's going to slow them down over here, but that is a little bit more... I'm not going to say important, but more effective, I guess, because we're actually getting a resource from this, whereas here we're just digging it out to have space. But both are important. Okay, and so we do have somebody cutting stone blocks as well. Let's speed things up a little bit since nothing super interesting is happening. So, there's been a couple good points raised in the comments. One of which was that initially we are going to need to have... I'll do my best to refrain from pausing here. We are going to need to have waste runoff into the river, at least for a little while, but eventually we'll be able to get a water treatment facility, and we can have our water systems closed entirely inside, and we don't need to rely on anything out here. So that'll be ideal. We'll definitely want to make that happen, especially because we have so much groundwater let's see, I think if I do that, yeah, there's so much groundwater underneath this area we intend to build our vault on, so we should be totally fine in that regard. By the way, that notification there is for the map renderer mod. Every week, I believe is what I have it set to. It's going to take effectively a zoomed out screenshot like this and put it in the folder for me, and at the end of this playthrough we'll be able to kind of look back at a time lapse of how the base developed. Oh good, the solar flare's ending. We got our power back. Fantastic. So another thing I'm going to have to do is start mapping out this base. For now, I'm just going to try to get the basic stuff done and worry about where I put the major stuff later. What else? What else? I don't know. We'll see. But this is going to need to get opened up considerably. Oh, that's not fun. I don't really care about the cold snap because nobody's going to be outside long enough. Another point brought up in the comments was taking advantage of all these ruins. We'll certainly try. I don't want to have too much stuff set up outside of the vault itself, because anything we put out there, we are going to have to defend. It will be targeted, so we will most definitely need to consider that before we start doing it, because I don't want to have to worry about, you know, protecting something out here when we could just hole up in our base. That reminds me, I thought we dropped with some silver. We did, and okay, luckily it's not deteriorating. It shouldn't, but I never know with 1.0 because things do change. So it looks like it's fine out there. Same with the blank books I have forbidden. We got those dropped on us at some point. Where are they? There they are. Blank books don't deteriorate no matter what, so I've just left them out here, and when we need them we'll pick them up, but until then there's no point wasting storage space on them. We're accumulating quite a lot of marble blocks, so I'm gonna queue up a bit more mining projects, I think. And one thing I'd like to do is dig this stuff out. 7 and 7, yeah, and do these as well. And I want to start getting rid of all these rough stone walls and replacing them with marble block walls. And the only reason I'm doing that is because we need a resource sink, basically. I think you can just smooth these now, yeah. You used to need a mod to do that, but now it's part of the base game. And I think the smooth walls are actually, if it works like the floors, they're actually prettier than, or more beautiful than the stone blocks. But what happens is when you build mountain bases, and we've seen this in pretty much every base I've built, you accumulate a ton of stone chunks. And so the easiest way to deal with that is to process them into stone blocks, and then use the stone blocks to build stuff. So all of our floors will be made out of stone blocks, and then I'm going to dig out the walls and clean up the walls of stone blocks rather than just smoothing stuff. Smoothing also takes longer. It's a very slow process, but it can pay off, and it does look good if you prefer to do it that way. But I like having the resource sink for the reason I just said, because otherwise, oh no. Okay, well, apparently nothing happened. We don't even have batteries, so yeah, it's not a big deal. We should get batteries, definitely need batteries, but one of those happening with no fire, not a big deal at all. Okay, so as Perkins starts getting some mining done for us, I'm going to start laying in these stone blocks. And let's see, I don't know how far this is probably the main hallway, so I think it's going to go pretty much the entire length of whatever the vault ends up being. And I'll have to decide where I want to do perpendicular hallways. I might do one right here, just because it's already started like that. And we'll bring this out to it. This can run this way, and then we'll put bedrooms on the opposite side. That way, you don't necessarily have to go through the main hall to get to the bedrooms. You can either go into the main hall and then out to the hallway, or just down the hallway this way. So I think that's probably the best way to go. Everything will be connected to like a 3-wide hallway, and that should make just ease of access all that much better. Let's see, I need to pay close attention here. I'm going to need to forbid that probably. So drop one there. Oh, he's already on it. Excuse me. That's okay. We'll make sure to forbid that one so that they can still get in back behind there. And then once this side's done, we'll mirror it on over. I just don't want to give them too much to do at once, which I probably already have done. Oh, we got some... They're not visitors. They're not going to actually stop. Let's see. Wow, you are a fantastic character. He doesn't like intellectual or artistic, but that's fine. He can do basically everything else. He's a quick sleeper, so he doesn't need to sleep that long. He's ascetic, so he likes bad conditions and raw food. And he's a transhumanist, so he wants bionics. That might be like the best randomly generated character I've seen in a very long time. Oh, Tony has a vault suit on. Interesting. I wonder if she's looted that off a corpse, because she's definitely not a vault dweller. And then we have Jet aboard a boar. Kind nudist. I don't want to cross this faction, but I would love to steal this guy. Yeah, there's nothing I can do other than just attack them. I would rather not. What faction are you from again? Villager of Southern Thane. Let's see. Factions. Which one is that? There. Okay, they're neutral. Yeah, probably best that we don't cross them, because then we would be at war with everybody except for the Grey Scorpion Gubia. It's a shame. Oh well. I wonder, are they going to take... Because they're going to be outside for a while. We'll see if they start getting any damage from that. They do have to kind of like crisscross all these cave formations and stuff too. But somebody did bring up a good point that the toxic fallout is probably only going to cover this map. So what I might do for roleplay purposes is use the dev tools to basically spawn a toxic fallout wherever we go, just so that it's consistent. It looks like the whole world has been affected rather than just this little 300 by 300 map that we're on. But we'll see. I did set it through the scenario, and I've never done that before, so I don't know how exactly it'll work out, but my hope is that it just does it globally for us, but if not, I'll do what I just mentioned with the dev tools, because I'm pretty sure I can do that. Are you going to aggro those bugs? This is going to play out really interesting. If they get downed by the bugs... Oh, they're not. Okay. I thought they were going to cut through here and out that way. But they were smart about it. I wish they weren't, though, because if they had gone this way and fought the bugs, they could have gotten downed. We could have rescued them and tried to recruit them. But as it is, no dice. Okay, so they're still mining away. And Grim is cranking out more stone blocks for us. That doesn't need to be forbidden any longer. And I need to clean this up. Cool. And so now that that's done, I guess I'll queue up the mining of this side. And I'll have to decide how exactly I want to handle this, because I do want this to be very defensible. And right now I don't feel like... I mean, it's just a big hallway, basically, so it's not defensible at all, really. We could have barriers and stuff in here. I was thinking about doing embrasures along this and leaving like a little hallway in here to shoot from. But I don't know if I want to do that, because this is a really big room. And yeah, I don't think that's the way I want to go. I've done it before and it does work okay. It's just, if somebody's made it that far, obviously you're in trouble. So most of our defending is probably going to happen here. We'll just use these chunks as a defensive line. And that's actually a pretty good spot, because they're going to have to cross the water to engage us, probably. Unless they have long-range weapons, then they'll set up here or something. But that's a pretty good spot. So we'll probably set up defenses like right here, because this is a pretty nice little choke point. And we'll figure it out. I am working on some stuff for this mod, but mostly I'm focusing on the Warhammer right now. Let's speed things up even more while they're sleeping. Mostly I'm focusing on the Warhammer mod, because I do want to get that Let's Play going as soon as possible. I'm really excited for that one, because we're going to be doing a lot of like RPG type stuff. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. But I do intend to add like combat armor in this, so we can actually put people in combat armor and make, you know, the weapons. You guys didn't get to see all the weapons. Actually, you know what? Let's pause briefly here and I'll show them to you. I am going to have to jump into the dev mode for this, but I can just delete the weapons afterward. So, you've seen the 10mm pistol. Here's the 10mm SMG. Actually, you know what? I'll spawn the pistol too so you can get a better look at it. So, weapon, 10mm pistol. I wish there was a better way to do this, but unfortunately, there isn't one that I'm aware of. Combat rifle. I need to figure out how to resize it. It's too small right now. And I'm pretty sure there is a way. I just need to fiddle with it and get it to the right setting. Combat shotgun. Obviously, in Fallout 4, these guns can take various shapes and forms. So I went with my sort of preference with them. And what I think makes them look more like the role that they're supposed to fill. But I did have to take, you know, some creative liberties. Oh, Fat Man Launcher doesn't have a texture yet, so I'm not going to do that one. It should actually work, it just doesn't actually have a texture. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be vastly overpowered, because it's not a single-use item. It's multi-use. That's the Gatling laser there. That does work, and it is pretty damn powerful as well. Heavy assault rifle. Where is the other ones? Hunting rifle. I actually really like that one. It's pretty powerful for a sniper rifle. Let's see. Laser musket. This is actually really good as well. It's basically a slightly shorter range laser sniper rifle. So it hits harder than the hunting rifle, but it is slightly shorter range. And let's see. Laser rifle. Boom. So those are all the ones that have textures. I'm going to add pipe weapons as well. There's other weapons that I intend to add from other games. So, yeah. But these are what I have so far, and they all work pretty well. So let's destroy these and we'll get back to gameplay. But that's basically all I have so far. So we're going to be adding combat armor, as I said. I'll probably do like the vault security armor too, because I think that would be pretty fitting for at least the people who are inside here. Oh, did you just clog it, man? Yeah, we need to empty that out. We need to start finding a use for this sludge. To figure out where we're going to dump it. I guess we could dump it over here. Let's create a stockpile there. And... you know, that's a bit far. Because we do use it for this. Let's just dump it around the corner right here so they don't have to go very far. And then we'll worry about it. So, clear all, preferred. What would this even be under? Waste, of course. Fecal sludge. Just do all the waste there. So we'll get it out of the way. But not so far that we don't have it in reach for the burn pit. Okay, so this side is done. That side is being done. Why is this... Oh, crap. Someone needs to move that. I guess it won't hurt us, because the toxic fallout won't go in the door. It just falls straight down. But we'll need to get that moved eventually. It's not exactly how a vault's supposed to work. You don't prop the door open with a giant rock. At least not in any of the games I've seen. Okay, so while they're working on that, let's open this up a bit more. I think I'm going to take this room all the way out to here. Whether or not it actually ends up being that big, we'll see. But I'll mine it out to there. This will be a wall. And I think this is going to be a hallway. And what to do. I need to figure out a cooking solution before this rice is harvested. It's only at 41%, so I have a bit of time. But I have to decide, do I want to do nutrient paste dispenser this early on? Do I even have the ability to make that yet? Is a better question. I do. Okay. So I could do nutrient paste for now, just for efficiency's sake. They won't particularly like it, but I think we'll be okay. Nobody's in a bad mood or anything. So that's not going to be the thing that like throws them over the edge. But that is an option, of course, or we can just do probably not a fueled cooking station. Probably the electrical, yeah, because I don't really have anything to fuel it with, unless it'll let me burn poo to run our stove. That's a horrible idea, but something tells me that might work. But no, we have plenty of electricity from these, so we'll just do that. I'll have to figure out where I want it, though. I guess we could just do like a little nook here. Oh, an eclipse. Luckily, we're completely non-dependent on the sun. No solar power. Don't need any sunlight to grow this. One thing that you can do with one of the mods that we have, it's not skylights. It's actually through... Where is it? Yeah. This tab, and it's under... I don't see it. Maybe I haven't researched the right technology yet. Which is something that we'll need to start doing as well. We can put that in here because we will have plenty of space. But I have a mod that allows you to build different roof types, and one of them is transparent so that it lets light through, and you can actually have completely energy-free indoor greenhouses, so that you don't need to rely on, like, you know, basically 3,000 watts of power, which is basically an entire fusion generator's worth of output. Oh no. Okay, so right here. Luckily nobody was nearby. Oh, did it destroy some of the silver? That's a shame. Yeah, I should have seen that coming though. So let's start building columns. So it's 6 from the edge. Let's start on this side because that'll be a wall there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, no, don't count that one. So yeah, that's 6. That would have been 7. So I think what we'll do is put columns here. Should that be a double thick wall? It may as well be because these doors are 2x3, 3x2. We'll just do something like this. Those should probably be further apart. So 1, 2, 3, something like that. And we'll bring that up one, so that they're 3 apart. I think that makes more sense. But we'll get some supports in there. And then we can worry about getting this lit, get it furnished a bit, floored definitely, and that'll use up some of the marble that we've got here. We need to decide on a floor. Probably use something in here. I do like the hex paving. We could just do plain old slabs too. I wish there was like a... We had one in a mod, I believe, and I appear to not have that mod running. But there was something that looked like a concrete floor but used stone, and it was just a nice clean plain floor that I feel fit pretty well in the vault. But maybe we'll do the hexagon one. I do like that floor. I think it's got a decent beauty rating. It's only 1 actually, but I like it better than the mosaic. So let's do that, and we'll do it in marble. And we should probably do the hallway as well, so let's get that done. And once that's finished, we'll start moving into here. I need them to get these supports down before anything else. Okay, so we've made some decent progress on the floors as well as this room. It's mostly mined out. We just have a little bit more to go here, and I'm going to keep spreading the floor as we go. Getting some big chandeliers in here that line up within these rectangles here. And that should be able to light this whole area for us. I'm going to start throwing down an electric stove so that we can be ready to cook. And I'm going to put it there, I think. Either there or here. I guess it doesn't matter which. Let's do it there. And then what I'd like to do is go into our furniture tab here. And I need a shelf. There it is. We want a steel shelf right there. And finally, if we go into temperature, I'm going to use some of these dual refrigerators. Probably going to do it up here, I think. I was actually, you know what? I might need to get rid of that. Because I was hoping to do them on both sides, but somebody does need to be able to get in here to actually cook. So we'll do something like that, and then we can drop a single one in there. And that way all the meals that he makes can get refrigerated and we don't have to worry about them spoiling. And when people want to eat, they can just walk up here and grab one off of this. We don't need to worry about shuttling it to a big freezer and then having to pull them back out. So that should be a little bit more efficient for us. We also need to get a research bench down, but we probably don't want that in here. We'll have that in a separate room. I'll have to figure out where I want to do that. But we need to get this done like ASAP because the rice is being harvested and we want them eating the simple meals that we're cooking and not the survival meals. Birkin, do me a favor, work on that first. We'll also get him something to sit on. So let's just do a steel stool right there. Oh no, we have blight. Oh wow, that's a lot of blight. Well, crap. I mean, it's time to harvest, so we might be okay. Let's see what happens. I don't remember if this works or not. Okay, I need like all hands on deck here. Everybody wake up. Let's see. Growing. I'm gonna have to try to remember what everybody was set to there. Come on. Do your jobs. No? They're gonna eat first and then hopefully do this? No, I don't want you sowing, I want you harvesting. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Different thing here. Cut plant. There we go. Reset their AI. And we'll see what happens. Yeah, unfortunately I think Blighted's not gonna give us any yield, but it might prevent... Interesting. We're not getting anything even from these. We should be. Okay, we need to get rid of this. Alright. Cut those. And then we'll worry about it. But that should at least prevent it from spreading. Even with cut plant set, we should be getting a harvest from anything that wasn't blighted, but whatever. Maybe not in 1.0, but that's how it worked last version. So let's fix this now. So growing, you need to be at least 3. I don't remember who is it what. You need to be 2. We'll do something like that. Plant cutting. We'll drop down. Probably going to have you at 4. 3 is fine there. We'll do 4 and 3 or 4. I don't know. That's fine. I don't remember what they were before, but that's good enough. Okay, so we were able to spare most of our crops from the blight. So that's good. We'll need to get this stuff replanted and harvest the remainder of it, but that could have been a lot worse. I think we got pretty lucky. Okay, so Perkin decided to do the chandeliers right now, and they both are excellent quality with artwork, so let's take a look at the art. This one is called Pearl's Shadow. Pearl is, again, Perkin's wife. So this furniture bears a portrayal of Pearl sitting next to the horseshoe pin, wearing a distant look. In the distance, a village is visible. A bamboo tree near the edge of the image represents the artist's fellowship. The image contrasts distance with destruction. This representation relates to Pearl playing games at a horseshoe pin on the 10th of August 550. It's a lot of detail there for her just, blowing off some steam at the horseshoe pin. What about this one? This is Death for Strength. Very ominous title there. An engraving on this furniture resembles a solitary surgeon covered in gore near a district. The overall composition is square. 3 doctors appear in the background. Okay, so he's seen some shit. Well then. Perkin, I need you to focus on this right now. Get those conduits done so that we can start powering this stuff. While he's doing that, let's set up the bill. So I'm going to do cook simple meal. We're going to set it until we have. And, ooh, cargo pods. We can do 50. So let's set this to 50. You know what? I'm just going to do this. If we went into details, I could do it faster. But that's fine. We're already there. So, needs to be 8 cooking or better. It's going to be Tadashi. That's his job. So, that's fine. Take the best stockpile is okay because we're going to make sure that those refrigerators are the best stockpile. Normally, I'd just have him dump it on the floor. Pause when satisfied. Unpause at 49. So as soon as somebody takes one, just go ahead and replace them, and we'll just stay at that. But we should be able to get 10 in each one of these squares. Now then, allow fresh and only fresh, and we only want meals in here. We're only cooking simple meals, so I guess that's fine. And that's perfect. Yeah, is that the default? It looks like it. Damn it. Yep. Temperature -10. That's perfect. Cool, so we just need to wait for them to hit their target temperatures, but those are good to go. They're not particularly expensive power-wise either. They're only 90 watts, so yeah, this is actually a pretty good storage solution early on. Especially because we don't really have a good way to build a freezer. So what are these going to be? Spectago T. Sure, we'll bring those in. No, we won't. That's a long hike. I'll just leave it, and if they want to come get it, they can come get it. I have steel out here that's haulable, so somebody might venture out there anyways. That's a good mission for an animal if we had one, like a dog or something, but alas, we do not. So we'll just have to deal with it. Cool, and he's already on that. Since he's working on that, let's forbid these so that nobody decides to snack on them instead. And we have a pretty good reserve left for whenever we decide to start going on missions or whatever. Okay, so conduits aren't quite done. I think I'm going to run one straight down the center like this. And we'll just connect the chandeliers to those, or that. A Glitter World surgeon named Venaiman is crashing in a transport pod nearby. If he survives the impact, he will be badly wounded. He's not affiliated with any faction. God, we're just getting all the luck. We haven't been raided yet either, have we? I'm playing on the same difficulty and settings I always do, which is rough difficulty with Randy Storyteller. And so far, I feel like it's been smooth sailing. I wonder if the toxic fallout leans things in our favor, because generally toxic fallout is a pretty nasty incident that can occur, and since we have it on permanent, I wonder if that factors in. But we've been getting a lot of cargo pod drops, and now we have basically a free colonist. How bad off are you? Oh, you have dementia. That's an issue. We could potentially save you. Are you worthy of saving? Yeah, he's not bad. Interesting that he's actually more of an artist, really. And he's not terribly bad in combat either. So let's get something set up for him. The question is, where is it going to be? Because we don't have anywhere that's like a clean room necessarily. All these rooms are pretty filthy. I don't really have a bed for him either. Let's create one. So we'll build a copy there. I will ask Perkin to get started on that immediately. Meanwhile, Grim, as soon as you're done with that, I need you to go grab him. Okay, we'll have to wait for that bed to finish. Okay, I'm just going to start marching him out here. And as soon as the bed's ready, I can go ahead and call it a rescue. Okay, we'll set that to medical. Grim. Go ahead and rescue. And off you go. I don't think you're going anywhere dangerous, right? No. Nope, nope, nope. There's nothing out there. So he should be fine. Tadashi is working away at those meals. So what'll happen is he'll hit 10, we'll start filling these. Once we get to 50, those will all be full and we can just leave it there. And then he'll replenish those as needed, but we'll just keep it at 50 until we have more people join us, which is a very real possibility here. Or, I don't know, we'll just change it as needed. Hopefully this guy doesn't bleed out before Grim gets him back. And Pearl, we're gonna need you on standby. I didn't give us any medicine though, so we could be in trouble. Could be in real trouble. That was actually a mistake on my part. I didn't mean to not give us medicine. I just wanted to spawn it in like I did with these, and I just completely forgot to do it. Okay, Pearl, where are you? You're up there. I need you to tend to him immediately. No, this guy. There we go. He did build up some toxicity as well. Not too bad though. So we'll get those patched up. Hopefully he doesn't get an infection. I think our next goal should be to build another one of these and turn it into a heal root growing area. So let's see, this is what, 5? So 11 by 11, and the top parts are 5. So I want to have a little walkway in between these. So it'll need to be like that. Like that. Let's bring this across to there at least. And then this is 5. That's 5. That's 5. And that is 5. Or not. Okay. And then we'll... Oop, that should be wider. There we go. And we'll do this. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. And that'll be where we grow our heal root. And we'll probably need to do another one of those for cotton. And then, as I said before, we'll expand some down here as well. That's not super space efficient, but I like leaving walkways in between. To me, it's not super realistic to have like people using your crops as like a pathway. Not that it'll prevent them from doing it, but I still like having a little walkway in here anyways. So is he all patched up? It looks like it, and she did a pretty good job considering we had no medicine. 50 or higher with no medicine, not even herbal, is pretty solid. So I think we got pretty lucky there. I don't know if I have any mods that are going to let us treat the dementia, but we'll have to see. I do have DE surgeries installed, so we can treat his scars. Or his scar, there's only one as far as I'm aware. It is a he, right? Yeah, okay. But yeah, we'll have to just cross our fingers that no infection happens. Can we get that repaired? Thank you. Like the only refrigerator we have gets broken, or the only one we have anything in. See, more cargo pods. I feel like we're getting way too lucky here. Cyclade leaves, we'll bring those inside. I don't know that we're going to be able to do much with them. I don't really have anywhere to put them. Yeah, there's no storage space open. So maybe we just won't bother. They're going to rot though, aren't they? Yeah. It's cold enough outside to keep them refrigerated, but they're still going to deteriorate. Let's see, where are we at with our power grid? That got built, this still hasn't. Our door is still wide open as well. And that might need to change. We'll see. We will see, but I don't like having these exposed on the floor if I can help it. Alright, well, I've been recording for about an hour, so I'm going to go ahead and end it here. And I will continue doing, again, some of the mining and building and whatnot off camera. I'll try to get some plans laid out as well so that we can see sort of how the base is going to expand. But I'm not going to do too much in advance because I do want you guys to be able to contribute to the layout, at least through suggestions and stuff. So yeah, and I'll keep you guys posted on how this goes. He'll probably be mostly healed by the time we come back, unless of course he gets an infection, then we'll see. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some RimWorld with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.